What's up, guys? It's Brit Takes here. We're moving on to the top 5 quarterbacks of 2021 with this week, looking through the film. These are my 5 guys to look for. So starting with a guy that could really rise or really fall this year, it's a transfer from Wake Forest. It's Jamie Newman, who will be the quarterback for Georgia next year. He's a guy who showed really good accuracy, really high up on PFF's accuracy charts last year. I think they graded him as their top third highest quarterback. Really nice touchdown field. Has quite a live arm, not the greatest in terms of velocity, but forces the ball downfield, creates a vertical challenge. And he has the legs to match, can create separation with his legs. Number 4, another guy who can work with his legs from a smaller school. It's North Dakota State from FCS. It's Trey Lance. Obviously, the alma mater of guys like Carson Wentz and Easton Stick. Just a powerhouse program at the lower level, which will obviously bring the questions about whether he can do it at a higher level. But Carson's shown that, and I think this kid can show it as well. Bit of a developmental guy, only his first year starting, but he did hit 28 TDs with 0 interceptions last year. No matter what level you play at, that is impressive. It'll be an interesting year for this guy. Certainly we'll see his tape analysed a lot more closely next year. Be fun to watch. Moving on to number 3, it's another first year starter, and it's Brock Purdy. This guy, bit of a unique arm action, reminds me a bit of Rivers, kind of just that pops out, low arm throw. There are some arm strength questions, but I think he's got enough. He pushes it, we'll see. Consistency is my biggest worry here. Guy plays some great game, high IQ plays, and then there's some interesting across the body and across the field plays. He'll have to tighten this up next year to really make an impression on NFL scouts, but I think this guy's got huge potential at finding gaps. Let's see how his season goes. But moving on to number 2, this guy's special. It's Justin Fields, and it was really tight for number 1 and number 2. This guy could have been a really highly drafted MLB player, and you can see that kind of in his game. The way at which he can get velocity on this ball, really force it downfield is impressive. Really dynamic, dangerous runner. Some Kyler Murray in that game, but with bigger size, talking about a 6'2", 6'3" guy. And he was a guy who really flew out this year, 41 touchdowns, and also ran for 10 as well. Puts the ball in perfect positioning, as we see here. And really, as his first year starter, after that transfer from Georgia, he's really excelled in the Iowa State offense, just using those athletic playmakers around him, forcing the ball downfield, as we see here. Really long throw, beautifully conducted. But it's someone you just have to almost keep a QB spy on as well, as we see the velocity on that throw. But there's a number 1. And it wasn't really going to be anyone else, was it? T. Lawrence. This guy has had hype since high school. I remember watching him at the Elite 11, and some of the comparisons and expectations of this kid were super high, even back then. He has this kind of chilled surfer dude look back then, and I wasn't sure whether he had the drive and desire to be this level of quarterback, but he's really shown it. He's really shown touch and control at every level, and he's continued to be a winner, as he has been since high school. Only losing 2 games, I think, so far in his college career. He's a real deceptively dangerous runner. Not a super bursty guy, but he uses that long leg, 6'6" frame. And once he's moving, he can really move, as we'll see later in the national championship. He's a guy who's really took this team on as a freshman and has continued to dominate all the way through his sophomore year. And we'll be interested to see if he takes it to another level in his junior year. Here's that run thread I talked about. Not the super explosive laterally, but once he's on the move, it takes a lot to stop a guy at this size and at that speed. I'd be very shocked if we see this guy outside of the number 1 pick. That's all from me, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if there's any more videos you want me to do on 2021 prospects. That's all for this one. We should have some cards coming over from the US soon, and we'll be back opening packs then. Anyway, guys, that's all from me. Stay safe, stay happy. See ya.